Hey, peace family, Nate here. I never thought that I would be making this kind of video, but here we are. This is one of the most difficult videos I've ever had to record, but it's also one of the most necessary. Recently, me and my wife suffered a major loss, and while I've done my best to keep moving, the truth is I have not been okay. At first, I stayed busy trying to keep it all together. And as someone who occupies the personal development space as a speaker and a coach, I often hear turn your pain into purpose. And I get it. But here's what I've come to realize during this time is that you can't turn pain into purpose if you don't tend to the area where you feel the pain and do the work to heal it. Ecclesiastes 3 says there's a time for every activity under heaven, and that includes a time to mourn and a time to heal. And right now, for me, this is my time to mourn and my time to heal. If I'm being real, I've extended grace to everyone around me, except myself. I thought that I was chasing purpose, but I was actually avoiding pain. I wanted answers, y'all. Like, I really wanted answers. But what I really needed was to just stop the bleeding. I had to change from the constant question of what if this happened or what if that was the outcome and turn it into the thought of even if I don't get the answers I want, God is still good and healing is still my work to do. And one day the scar will tell a story, but that day is not today. So to everyone who stood by me, who's prayed, supported, encouraged me and my wife through this season, man, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I'm a firm believer that God doesn't ask us to give what we don't have, but he will ask us to surrender what we'd rather keep. And this season feels like an Abraham and Isaac moment for me. God's calling me to lay down something and trust him with the outcome. And with all of this in mind, the purpose of the video was this. I had to make the very difficult decision to postpone the Get to Worthy Summit until May of 2026. In good conscience, I couldn't ask people to pay their hard-earned money for a ticket and not receive the full value of what this summit is meant to offer. Get to Worthy has never been about hype or attention. It's always been about transformation and healing. And I can't lead others towards wholeness and tend to their wounds if I'm not first tending to my own. Full transparency, there was a part of me that wanted to protect the image. I'm going to be real. That wanted to still show up strong. That wanted to still show up polished. But the pressure to maintain the image, man, it almost pushed me into self-sabotage. And I've learned even grief must be stewarded well. So I'm surrendering the image and I'm choosing to be transparent. But I also want to be clear. I'm still speaking, I'm still coaching, I'm still mentoring. You're still going to see me around. Because these things, these moments of pouring into others, they've actually helped me heal. In fact, they have been very therapeutic for me. They haven't been a distraction. I'm not operating from a place of depletion. They've been a part of my process. But leading a movement like Get to Worthy requires a different kind of strength and focus, and I want to steward it well. And while I'm here, I need to acknowledge my faults as well, right? For those of you who have interacted with me over the last couple of months, if I've come across as distant or just short or off in any way, please forgive me. I've been trying to hold everything together. And what I really needed to do was allow myself to just fall apart and be rebuilt. Right now, I'm doing just that. I'm locked in with grief counseling. I'm resting. I'm tending to my nervous system. I'm enjoying my family. I'm making peace a priority, which also means a much needed social media break. And I'm not sure how long I'll be off, but I know it is necessary. I was listening to a recent sermon from Dr. Darius Daniels from Change Church, and he had this message titled Sad But Not Sabotaged. And in that message, he said something that really resonated with me deeply in this season, and that was, I know God is good. I'm not right now. Like, I need a minute. And that's where I've honestly been. That's where I've really been. Now, here's what's next. The in-person summit is postponed, but I'm talking with my team about the possibilities of a virtual experience this fall. Now, obviously, it won't be exactly the same, but it still will be intentional. It still will be powerful. It still will be inclusive of all that everything that Get to Worthy stands for. So stay on the lookout for more details soon. Also, you can still expect content from Get to Worthy to be rolled out, because Get to Worthy isn't just a summit, it's a movement. One that's rooted in faith, one that's rooted in transformation. So to every supporter, every friend, every partner, thank you. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your presence. We are not giving up. FYI. We're just healing forward. I love y'all, and never forget, you are worthy by design. Talk soon.